Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. I've been soloing Nightfalls for the last couple of hours, just trying to get things down. Just going to go over a quick overview of my gear. I'm not going to go into it too much. I need to be there ready for the start. I am playing Nightstalker. This is basically just to say what you guys can potentially do to speed up your own runs. A couple of different tactics that I've been using. So first one's first. The rocket launcher at the start, you can see all that damage. It typically kills everything. Sometimes I've had it kill all but one or two mobs. But again, we just one rocket launcher and it's all cleared. So we're going to reload that after the hack just to get as much speed efficiency as possible. My quickest run in this, I had 7 minutes left. I've done this with only one death as well. So I've actually been doing my challenges today. I'm actually going to try and do the ship challenge on this one where you've got to kill one in the final boss room. But yeah, so had a great time doing these. Obviously, I'm playing Nightstalker, which is extremely strong for soloing because I like the ability to perma-stealth this week, basically. It is very, very strong. I don't deny it at all, but that doesn't mean other classes can't do it. Warlock, I've known lots of Warlocks this week that have actually been a lot more successful than me at soloing things. Prestiges as well wasn't particularly difficult for a lot of Warlocks. Just because obviously Warlocks do have the ridiculously strong heal. So as you can see, it's basically a case of just trying to cleave things down, survive that first room until you get the orb, stealth out, get the orb, and happy days. Remember, you can obviously melee to try and go further with this orb. Slam dunk, stealth again, and we're going to keep going. So while I know obviously every class doesn't have stealth and whatever, you can actually still make this run quite cleanly with different things. Bring a Nightstalker. People are really hating on Hunter and saying Hunters are weak at the moment. There's nothing weak about Hunter at all. I'm able to do this. There's a bit of a close call there, but that's more me staying out for too long. Go get that ammo, shall we? And again, 2.5 minutes into this mission, or less than 2.5 minutes into this mission, we're already past the first sort of boss, the first phase of this dungeon, or obviously this nightfall, and we're just going to keep running. So next step is the ship. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can skip the ship, and the way I'm going to show you isn't the fastest, but it is the most consistent, I guarantee you. I have a lot of issues trying to get up the side of this ship, so I've given up trying. I found my prestige times were differing so heavily. I actually didn't get my stealth off then. Based on me getting up that ship, but I got up really cleanly on this run. Going to speed it all the way through the mobs, and I've literally never had an issue getting past all of them mobs. You can just walk straight past. If you're on a speed up, you're not going to have too many issues. And again, we're going to get to the first tank we're going to get to the interactive point around 1630. So if I stopped crashing into everything. So obviously you don't actually have to kill the bottom tank. It is going to be hitting you, so that's something to be aware of. But yeah, so I'm going to jump off a little bit early so I can do the interactive and stealth. This is going to start the tank coming down in a second once I get over to this interactive. Little trick I've been doing is you can throw a grenade. By the time you get there, most of the mobs will be either moved away or dead. Did I get that? Oh, I did get that, my bad. The safest place to do this whole thing is over in this corner. Obviously this week we have the increased cooldown on all abilities, melee, grenades, and so on. So I'm just going to effectively grenade, stealth out because I can, but stealth doesn't save everything apparently. Yeah, sometimes you'll randomly get one shot. It just happens. Other times I've had the elite, the lieutenant, as you can see, actually went and stood on the tank. Don't know why it is so crazy that it does it, but sometimes you just get clean runs, sometimes you don't. So if you die, if you're not confident, just reset it, just because it's not worth wasting your time with it. That's not to say you wouldn't have been able to do it, it's just to say that if you want the cleanest run possible, or basically if you just want to guarantee being able to finish it, and not getting to the edge and feeling a bit depleted, then yeah, it's probably the safest thing to do, is just reset it, go again afterwards. I'm not actually hitting these grenades because I'm terribad. So again, it's about trying to maximise that tank damage. The lieutenant actually is very, very easy to deal with. You can actually deal with the lieutenant while your grenades kill the tank. I was doing that earlier a little bit, but I found I was actually dying a lot more just because I was playing so riskily. This is probably the time you'll spend the most just trying to burn through this tank. It's a hard phase to do because it's purely through grenades, and that tank is actually down. I didn't realise because I have got the sounds turned off. So obviously the other tank is sitting there just firing at you, and it's a bit hard to deal with. I'm actually going to ult this just because I saved my ult. He's going to run back now. This is really bad if he falls off. People were telling me, oh, it's great if you can get him to. It's really not. Because if I hadn't have ulted then, he just kept walking back, and it's actually very, very hard to kill him. And he runs all the way round. The dogs are going to sit there. Normally I would have probably just thrown a grenade and killed them, but I have no need to other than ult charge, of which I don't need my ult anyway till the boss. And on the boss I'm probably going to get at least 2 ults anyway. The goal I've found is to get to the boss with sort of 8-9 minutes remaining. If you can get that, you're probably pretty smooth. But once I've got to this point, I don't think I've failed once I've got to this point. It's actually before this that the hardest times. So what I'm going to do is I will fire a quick rocket launcher over to... I have done this. Fire that. That triggers him to go to the next platform. I actually missed that, which is super bad. And again, you jump up to this bit. I actually do this with a 3-man group as well, because why not? You've got such a safe place to fight from in here, that why would you ever not do this? Everything's dead on this platform. And again, I can actually sit from in here, keep throwing grenades across to deal with the other tanks. Once the other tanks are dead, I'll probably push up with stealth. And on Prestige, this is just the same. In fairness, you probably don't even need to be much quicker. You just have to be smoother. And what I mean by that is, there are times where in this, I could have been a couple of seconds faster just through being smooth. Like I said, smooth is probably the best word for it. That's the sort of thing you need to be doing just to guarantee a clear on this. So as soon as I do this, that door's going to open. Hopefully, maybe. I actually missed the spawn. Okay, so no, I've actually been getting to the point where you can do that and the door will spawn just as you do the interactive. You do the interactive, throw the grenade, and they both die. But again, we've died twice in this run. It's definitely not the smoothest of runs, but we have 11 minutes 20 left. I've seen 3-man groups of people higher power than me get to this point a lot later. Now, obviously, I know it's scaled for one person, but just one thing to say to that is that no content really in Destiny is scaled to one person. It's always better to be running content in Destiny with more than one person, but some people, myself included, I play at weird times. Soloing has always been a really fun challenge to me. It's just people are going to want to do it. So just about clearing up the ads at the moment. No rush. I have actually got my ult, which is really nice. And here goes the lift, I believe, in a second. So you don't actually have to kill the lifts, the mobs, I don't believe. I think you just have to survive it, which is quite nice. So what I'm going to do is throw a grenade, rocket launcher, roll rocket launcher, and again we've got huge amounts of damage on him at the start. The turrets will spawn in a second, which is why I didn't ult straight away, but what I'm going to do is manually burn through the turrets a second. I actually took that shot then, which is really bad of me. So I'm playing really, really messy. But still, we've got plenty of time. I actually did die a couple of times doing this on, like, probably my cleanest run. I'm going to ult him just to burn through him a little bit here. As soon as he goes out of this ult, I'm going to throw my grenade and get over to this door, because this door will open in a second. And I can kill a good chunk of the mobs out of this without needing to do much else. And it does just help reduce the amount of ad pressure there is. I actually thought that would phase him, which is a little bit upsetting that it didn't. Good thing about Minor Multi-Tool, you can see your radar while aiming, which means I know exactly when their mobs are about to spawn. But again, we still got 9 minutes. We don't have to do anything super aggressive or super strong here. We just take it nice and chill. So here comes the door opening. I am super sketchy about this area because obviously look how many mobs there are. You do have to just be aware of it, which is why the more you can kill, just the better, honestly. It is. Now, one thing to say is I'm going to use something that I'm not sure if it's a glitch, exploit, whatever. Certain grenades, and I'm not sure on the other classes, but for the Nightstalker, this grenade that I'm using can actually hit him from under the platform. So I am going to take advantage of it. I don't think it's a huge cheat, in fairness. The boss still hits you, the ship still hits you, you still have to survive the mobs and things like that. You can use the reticle, so I don't have to look at the moment. I know it's getting hit. He's actually there. Rocket launchers hit if you hit right directly underneath him as well. And I'm just going to keep doing this now. So basically at this point it's about ad control. Which sounds crazy because we're obviously not actually fighting him. But it's about trying to, as you can see, we're already getting ads rush up on us. So using grenades every now and again just to clear through these ads is a really smart idea. The ship will burn through you and hurt. You will die sometimes doing this tactic. There is nothing you can do about it. So what I tend to do is wait till this area gets a little bit too hairy for me to deal with. So I don't actually know where the boss is now. So that's probably a good time for me to go, yep, it's probably a little bit too crazy over there. I'm going to go over, get my fusion charge, and I've already nearly got ult. And ult's really important after this because I'm going to use the ult to actually burn through a load of these ads that are up, as well as the boss, just to try and rephase him into the next phase. I found that I didn't actually ever really have to fight the boss downstairs outside of the first phase. I can just keep doing this. And yeah, I was having easy time with it. So I'm going to roll and get my stealth off, and that was perfect. So he's going to come down now, spawn 2 turrets straight away, which I'm going to have a grenade there waiting for them. Hopefully, if I didn't throw it a little bit too early, it looks like I did get it, which is awesome. And dogs. So I am going to do that just to burn through these dogs because they are a little bit annoying. Got my stealth again. And again, so I know the next time he goes into that up phase, he's going to come to this tower. I'm going to be stood here waiting, ready to push through. Normally I don't actually get an issue with these dogs. They typically die to ult, so that's probably my misplay there. But we can burn through them. Again, grenades, best thing in the world, especially when you've got this affix on. And we've still got 5 minutes 50. You can actually do this with the you can actually do the 5-minute challenge solo as well. Like I said, I've misplayed a fair bit in this. Still got loads of dogs up. These suck. Go away. So again, going to start pushing the boss. Actually going to rocket launcher here to try and stagger him. That didn't stagger him, which sucks. I'm definitely dead here. Yep, so just playing a bit rough. The dogs actually kind of screwed me over. But again, 5 minutes left. If you haven't done your Nightfall this week, I guarantee you power level doesn't make much of a difference to this. I'm actually using a 280 rocket launcher when I've got a 294 fusion rifle, 285 shotgun and all that sort of stuff. Exotics, I've actually got foe tracer on, which actually does help with this. You do kill off mobs a little bit quicker, but again, it's nothing to be too crazy about. You can do this. I would say you can probably do this at like 260 power quite easily by yourself. I'm actually trying to find out where this dude is right now. I'm going to throw a random grenade because I don't want to stay up there too long. So I don't actually know where the boss is on that platform. So what I'm going to do is burn through these ads and then I can have a look. Playing really bad. Recording and playing actually quite difficult. So I can't actually look up while in the ghost form, which is annoying. But we'll have a look where he is when we go back. We've cleared a load of the ads out and we should just be able to keep grenading him and phasing him. If you're doing this and you aren't one of the classes or you haven't got a grenade that's able to do it this way, keep phasing him down. It's more about ad control at that point. You've just got to control the ads. Grenades, literally every grenade should just be used on cooldown. And in fairness, I would probably use the grenades more so on trying to kill the ads than trying to kill the boss. So that's it. Looks like we have got a grenade now that's hitting the boss. The other advantage to Nightstalker for you hunters out there, wow, that grenade was mentally bad, is that if you use Way of the Trapper, you actually get 50% increased time on grenades, which obviously super helpful. All I'm going to do now is keep pumping that into it. Obviously we are going to get ads come down, there's nothing we can do about it. I'm actually going to ult it, because you can tether him through that, and outside of that we can just burn through some ads. And again, it's just about repeat, rinse and repeat. So it's getting to the point now that that ship's actually behind me. What I don't want to do is I don't actually want to bring him down again, but I may have no choice just because it is crazy how close that damn ship has got. This is actually one of my messiest runs yet, and still we've died like 4 times. We're definitely able to do this. As you can see, the only... it's not going to show at the moment while I'm dead. The only challenge I actually have left is the Killer Thrasher while fighting Brekazan. We've actually got 2 minutes left. I might just blow up the ship for the challenge. It shouldn't be too difficult. Don't know how much health the boss has at the moment. One thing I would say about Destiny, I wish there was like a boss counter, boss health bar type thing. That could be a really cool feature to see. Looking how easy that is, I might consider just blowing that up every time now. It would reduce a lot of the deaths that I have in this run. I have on the boss by just blowing that ship up. But again, we have no pressure on this at all. So, learning as I go. The ships, yeah, they're very easy to blow up. Took 2 grenades, I believe. So that's probably 2 or 3 grenades for other classes. You could just blow that up in no time at all. But again, we're just going to keep pumping grenades into him. And there we go. The run is done. 30 seconds till the end of the mission. So I'm going to try and not die, go pick up my loot. Maybe we'll get the exotic Orpheus rigs that I've been hoping for such a long time. We get a legendary Ingram. That's something. I have noticed I'm getting a legendary Ingram every time, pretty much. Not sure if it's worth farming these. Minute 12 left. Wasn't the cleanest run, unfortunately. But guys, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching and catch you later. Goodbye.